Let's go. Let's go. Good morning. We are here and live in living color once again for the market to open. Market opening. Let's see what we got going so far in SPX 500. Let me move this to the bigger screen. I'm at home now, so I got my big screen. When we got the big screens, we can see all kinds of stuff. Let's present. Then I have to remember which screen to pick because you got more choices when you're on the big screen. Got more choices, more things to you got more things to figure out. Let me see if I can make this where I'm in the screen. That way we get a little bigger little run here. Let me see. Good morning, all. Y'all come on in. We're looking at SPX 500 on the 2-minute chart, which is basically looking at SPX overnight. Usually you can't see SPX overnight. You can only see SPX when the market is open. But we've got it. We found the SPX 500 on TradingView, and we can see the market what's it doing. Listen, did y'all see how Meta went bananas after earnings? Remember I mentioned yesterday that somebody had spent like 2 or 4 million, something like 2.4 million, something like that. I said somebody had spent or bought calls. Come on, since I'm on the 2-minute chart, it's definitely a lot of data. But I said somebody had bought a bunch of calls in the I think it was 2.4 million. I could be wrong. I know a bunch of mantis they spent. And this is Meta. That's that candle right here. This candle moved up 45 points. This one candle is 45 points of movement. And that's on Meta. So now you'll get, the people who will jump on and be like, what are we doing over here? What are we doing over here? Let's go back to SPX. We now have gapped up. Our open was 49.16. And this is SPX, the real big daddy, the Mac daddy. That Meta, Amazon, I want to say it was Meta, Amazon. Was Amazon? No, Meta, Apple, and not Google. Let me see who had earnings last night. Let me quit tripping and see actually who it was. Trying to use my memory. It was Amazon. Yeah, it was Amazon. So my memory ain't working bad. Amazon, Apple, and Meta all were the ones that had earnings yesterday after the market closed. Of course, those are the ones that play heavy inside of SPX. And I don't know what Apple did, but SPX has jumped like that. That's what we got out of that. Let's see what Apple did from its earnings. I'm on 15-minute. Yeah. Well, Apple's earnings, not so much. It had a little bit of a jump and then it died. This candle here is $4, a drop of $4, but then it dropped even further down to, this is 180, and then now we opened at 179 and some change. That is Apple. And let's see what Amazon did. I usually trade Amazon during the week. I didn't trade Amazon this week because they had earnings. So I actually did very little trading this week. I did some XLs. I did a Google trade. I did very few trades this week. And then I woke up this morning was thinking it's Friday. And I definitely, if I start trades on Friday, it's because I'm setting them up for next Friday, right? I don't, I like to do Fridays Your screen isn't on the chart for Apple. It wasn't? AAPL. Well, now it's not. This is true. I need to switch back to this screen. Sorry. There we go. Oh man, you threw my thought off. But either way, I was saying that I would enter for this week for next week. Now that it's Friday, I don't generally try not to trade, not to start trades on Friday for Friday, because if you're doing zero DTE, which I'm big on zero DTE with SPX and XSP, the bandwidth of my life has not allowed me to trade them daily like that at this point in time, because I have so many other things that take my attention during the day, back in the classroom and managing all the things that are going on just in life. And you have to be wise. You have to always be wise and recognize what season or what situation are you in that week or that day. You trade, trading is something we get to do and we truly enjoy doing it. But you have to say, is my day really busy at work today? If so, I'm not doing a day trade today, because you have to say, well, that's not the thing that would be the best for my monties, and it wouldn't be the best for my job, because you're going to be distracted. Okay, distracted trading is not good. That's one of the things I do like credit spreads on the weeklies, because they don't require the all day management. At some point during the day, you probably should look at them and see what's going on, but they don't require you to manage them all day or to watch them even all day. So that's why we're heading that up for the small account challenge, which is starting on Monday, by the way. You don't want to miss it. If you're thinking about, I'm thinking I just might wait. Today's Friday. I don't know, people don't necessarily wait till they get paid, but if you were waiting till you got paid, then, go ahead and get jumped in on the small account challenge, so you can get the month of February strong. You can make that go strong. Anyway, this is the Apple chart that I thought I was showing you before, and I wasn't, so I apologize for that. But this was the drop in Apple, and it dropped down into 179, and it's now doing some climbing. I'm on the 15-minute chart, even though we're 4 minutes into the trade or the trading day. We looked at Meta, we looked at Apple, and we're going to look at Amazon, because at the time I was talking about Amazon, I didn't have my chart open then either. Okay. Hey, Karen. Hey, Patrick. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Sizzling. Hey, Lady T. And hey, Royal Diadem. And good morning, Jamie. How we doing? Everybody doing well on this Friday morning? A lot has happened this week. I think things are going to probably trail off as far as all the volatility after this week, because this week has had a lot going on. Okay, this is Amazon. Amazon had a big run up for its earnings. No shock there, honestly. No shock there. If you were trading a put credit spread leading going into earnings, it should definitely be ready to close. It should be close worthy at this point. Okay, let's go see what we got going in the market this morning. The VIX is at 1410. It's up 22 cents. 22 cents this morning. The VIX is volatility up a little bit. Yahoo Finance says the jobs report blowout. U.S. economy adds 353,000 jobs. Stocks edge up after jobs blowout. U.S. agency upgrades probe into Tesla steering issue. Tech investors want perfection. Exxon and Chevron earnings, January jobs report, Meta flipped entire narrative on AI investments. Apple's Cook General AI, a huge opportunity. Okay, huge opportunity. Come on, baby. I'm pretty sure I'm on the right. It's not feeling like it at this point. No, I'm on the right Wi-Fi. Okay, U.S. economy, we added the jobs. Dow futures this morning, pre-market was green. S&P futures, Dow futures was red. S&P futures and NASDAQ futures were both green. Oil was red, and U.S. 10-year bonds is green. European markets climb with earnings. Central banks in focus. Everything in Europe is green. All the stuff in Europe is green. And then Asia, 60-40, we've got ASX, Nikkei, and Kospi are all green. Hang Seng, Shanghai are both red. South Korea stocks lead gains in Asia. China CSI 300 hits new 5-year low. That's a no bueno, huh? Let's see what our calendar has to say today. We had average hourly earnings. I should be able to see that. I made it big. Average hourly earnings. We move it up so I can actually see past the camera. Sorry, y'all. Non-farm employment change up 353,000. They were projecting 187,000. They basically, almost doubled what they were expecting. Unemployment rate is at 3.7, which is the same thing it was last time, but they were forecasting 3.8. So that's green based on what they forecasted. Revised University of Michigan consumer sentiment shows up at 10 o'clock. Factory orders month over month. Revised U of M inflation, so all that shows up at 10 o'clock. Okay, so the red folders we had for the morning all showed green. That may be an indication as to what will go forth on the day. What will be included in today? Well, we've had some downward stuff this week. Now let's see if we can have some upwards movement. I'm not sure why you're not showing anything. So let's just go on back to SPX. SPX. You know what? I have two things running. That's why it's going so slow. My Thinkorswim platform is also running, which is why this is creeping along. This is SPX. We gapped up and it's trying to come on back down. It's on the 2-minute chart we're on. Ended the day yesterday. Let me see if I can put our little zone on here. Those in my community will know what I'm talking about. I need a rectangle. There we go. We went about the last 30 minutes of the day, which takes us back to about here. Takes us back to about here. Let me turn off the Bollinger Band so that way we can see. Still got my rectangle. Okay. 1530. The high back here would be this. I'd go with that. And the low would be the 200 period moving average. It opened above there. I'll stop. There we go. It opened above the 200 period moving average. So now you got information as to what to do. What do you do? If y'all in my community, you can go back and look in the Telegram and see. Nope, this needs to go up higher. There we go. See what we're talking about. It's still opened above the high. So go from there. Okay. We talked about earnings a little bit while we looked at who had earnings yesterday evening. Come on, add to the stage. Coming to the stage. Slowly but surely. Happy Friday. Yes, happy Friday. This morning we had Exxon, Chevron, AbbVie, Cigna, Charter, Regeneron, Granger, AON, and I forgot who these people are at the bottom. But that's the earnings we had this morning. Okay, all those. And then we should be feeling the repercussions of the Amazon, Apple, and Meta from yesterday. We should be feeling that today. Trade accordingly. Trade accordingly. According to Adam Mancini on Twitter, the initial NFP, which is non-farm productivity reaction in the books, SPX, and the dip, right down to 49.12 to 16 support. Key test here. In order to resume higher from here, 49.29 must reclaim. Yeah, which works up to the targets mentioned earlier. There we go. 4,900, 05, and 48.79 and 81 are the next down. If a healthy cool off continues, 48.79 remains key. Morning, Tamar and Miss Barbara. Yep, that remains key. So you got your numbers. XSP, we've got 492 on the call side and 487 on the put side. Okay. If you're following along with that. Well, let's go look at some. I know Miss Cheryl said she had Walmart yesterday and was going to close it. Who has something off this list? Who has something off this list that they traded, that they're still holding or thinking about, that's giving them a challenge? Anybody got some trades on this list? This was a heavy earnings week, so you had to watch some landmines this week. Had to watch some landmines. Micron, I think SoFi is, what is SoFi doing? Did they stay up above 8 at least? Nope, they're at 750. Yep, 756. Jumped up for earnings and came on back down. SoFi struggling, always on the struggle bus. You got to come on, baby. Do what we can do. I think it's called AIC3. Yep, C3 AI. It's at 24.5. So AI, we wanted a call credit spread for 26. So this, if you did the AI trade, it's good at this point. It's good. United Airlines. I might look today and see if we see if some stuff pops up that could be of use for next week. That way we can look at some trades at the end of this week and get us ready for our small account challenge. United Airlines is at 41. So this next 44 or 45 on the call credit spread on there is good too. I won't keep going through them because my chart seems to be taking its pinted time. Let's go back to the charts. Should have been able to get some good credit spreads. Now, the thing is, I have an AMD trade that is, I need to go check AMD. I have an AMD trade that I'm waiting for it to recover. It's actually one that I rolled from last week. And I actually rolled it down because I had 180 as my strike, and I rolled it down to 177.5. And I earlier this week it was breach when AMD did their earnings. I actually forgot that trade was still going because it was going from last week, and I didn't close it on Mondays when they had earnings on Tuesday. I was still holding the bag. So when I looked up, it had already fully breached. And then at that point, I was like, well, I might as well let it see how the rest of the week rides, because no reason for me to close it on a Wednesday or Tuesday or Wednesday when it's at max loss right now. I might as well wait and see if Friday offers me some recovery. Where's our red from the red we usually do to show our 15-minute? I don't see it on here. So let me add another. Let's just add another. This is our red line for the 15-minute breakout. If you're going to break out, this is that first 50. This long wick down here gives you an indication that it wants to keep going up. Long wick like a rocket. Pew! Wants to keep moving. So we are breaking out. You need to give it some time to let it confirm this breakout, but it is breaking out of that first 15-minute candle. Definitely give it some time to confirm before you make a move. When you're fooling up with SPX, you definitely need, oh yeah, my trade might just make it. Come on, AMD, you can get on above 177.5 and stay there. That's the point. It has to stay there enough for the theta to eat away at those premiums. Because if it's too close, it still won't do right. But it's got to get above 177.5 and hang out for a minute today. So as theta kicks in, the premiums are getting chewed up and it becomes worth less than what I received initially. I think I might have received like 20 something dollars. Might have been no, it's more than 20 something dollars because that's a 2.5 spread. 2.5 spreads, I usually take in at least 40, 50 if you can get lucky. Yes. You can get lucky. Well, I don't see any trades in the chat. Does that mean we didn't have any credit spreads that were worth talking about? Sorry. Let me see. I have my AMD is gaining strength, which is good. It's getting itself together. I'm going to have to keep an eye on that AMD. I had a Google put credit spread for 139 and it's at 138.60. It needs to go on above. Go on Google. Going on Google. TQQQ was in the money yesterday. Now it is ready. It's ready to close. Yes, my TQQQ is ready to close. Let me change the screen so y'all can see what I'm looking at. I want y'all to see what I see. Told y'all it wasn't really a lot. Didn't really have a lot open for this week. What's that XLY? My AMD trade, 175, 177.5. It is now, at least it's not in the money anymore because we're above that now. Good job. And now I have to wait for this mark to get down. Looks like I received, like the trade price, looks like $135 between these two. I don't know if I received $135. I don't feel like I did, but hey, maybe when I rolled it, it turned out like that. So when I need it to be where I can, it's up 30%, looks like at this point. Then we have the Google, which is in the money. 139 is my put credit spread, and Google's going the wrong way. It was 138 and some change a minute ago. I only took in $14 for that one, which was a one spread. So I need this to get its life together. That's Google. My Riot stocks, my those 50 shares of Riot I need Riot to go on back above 13. My TQQQ is ready to close. So looks like I took in $46 here. Yep, between 63 minus 17 is how you figure out the money. 63 minus 17, I believe is 46. And now it's worth 6. So we're going to grab hold to both of these. Right click, create closing order. I'm fine with closing it at $5. I took in 40 something in the order. Confirm and send. Off we go. Back to monitor. It's going to pick up here in a minute. It's in the working file now. It'll go ahead and, it's dancing because we're early in the market day, so prices are jumping around. Let's see what XLB has going. XLB, I took in $10 and it's worth nothing at this point. So I can force this by deciding I'm going to pay $1 to exit, or I can just leave it to expire the rest of the day. This is a 83.5 call credit spread. I can just leave it to expire because if I do, you see if I select this, let me get rid of these blues up here. If I select these both and right click on it, if you create a closing order, it says there that it's basically a zero limit. It's not worth anything. It's worthless at this point. So you can't buy your way out of something that has no value. So I'd have to put $1 in there to pay for it. But at this point, it's worth nothing. And if I close it for $1, I'm also going to pay the dollar to close it because it's 50. I pay 50 cents per leg. So I'm going to also basically I took in 10 and I would give away $2 more to close it. So I'm just going to let it go. You could just go. Sometimes I call that the cost of doing business. So I pay it anyway because that's just what it costs to do business in the Thinkorswim streets. And then my XLY 176, 177 call credit spread. Looks like I took in $22 and it's now it's up here closing. It's worth 18 at this point. So that one has to continue to do its thing. And that's because XLY can be wonky because it's actually $1 away, over $1 away. So it really should be this right here. The mark should be lower, but time has to, theta decay has to keep doing its thing. But that's going on with my few little trades that are doing their thing. The one that's of most concern is Google, which seems to still want to go down. Maybe it'll hit a support and it'll do right. Maybe Google will turn into a do right man. Let's see, SPX, we should be okay. So it went like it was trying to clear and break out up here, but it seems like it's coming back in. Seems like it's coming back into, it's still in, not coming back in. It is still in the 15-minute zone. So that's why I said you want to wait to confirm the breakout before you place trades. Andercat says, I'm still in XLI with $115 steel leg. We got a sell leg. Maybe you were trying to say sell. And it, how auto correct. No, Jamie. No. I almost did a trade where I was going to get the opposite of AMD after it dropped so bad. But then I thought about it. I was like, we got a couple more days and some more earnings. Let me just leave this mug alone and wait. You just leave it alone and wait. You say you got 115 as a sell leg. Okay, then, Kat, you got to keep an eye. If that's a call credit spread leg, because we're at 114.50. So this is the industrial. XLI is the industrial. Tamar said, is it better to watch on the phone? Asking because the print is super small, unable to follow while on the computer. Any advice? Yeah, you can follow on your phone for sure. Now, generally, I have it on my computer and it's on the smaller screen. It's not on the big screen. But yeah, for sure. Follow on wherever you can see your stuff. Yeah, your phone, your tablet. Sometimes I'll go to if I'm mobile, I'll use the tablet because it's bigger than the phone. I'll go with that. I'll go with that. Let's see. I don't think that. Let's see what bar chart has to offer on some spread look at for the day. Bar chart is a free screener. It's free and you can pay for you can pay for more data and more stuff if you want. I go here and look at the credit spreads. You can actually go look at the put credit spreads because things definitely like to go up more than they like to go down. Come on, thingy-majigger. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. See if we see anything here of interest on the call credit spread screener. I don't necessarily go with the strikes they give, but I do use it to look at the stock they put up. that $5 one. Yep. What was that? XLB, I believe that was. Or the T triple Q closed. We'll take it, especially when it closes green. On the call credit spread list, they got AMD, Apple. Now this, you have to watch the expiration dates that they suggest also. This, because on the free screen, you only get monthly expiration dates. I trade weeklies. So I will look at these. They're saying, AMD should be below 175 for, 2/16 expiration, February 16th. Well, that's a few weeks away, a couple weeks away. I'll look at the chart and everything, do the charting to make sure that that's a good strike. If I agree with that, if not, I'll pick another one. But you see here, they give you a probability percentage, and they're basically picking a delta that is a 55 probability out of the money, 58, 60. So generally, I suggest that you go to at least a 70, 75 probability for a trade, which means you're going to probably go up to the next strike. Right? This is going to you're going to pull in more money in premiums when you pick a lower probability out of the money, but you're also going to take on a little more risk. It means you got a 55% chance of it being good, which means it's a 45% chance of it not. 60% chance of it being good, and a 40% chance of it not. I'd rather have one more step up for the strike. I'd rather go up in the strike for a higher probability. And if you want more money, you can go out in time. Go out more in time and get more money versus getting closer to the fire. I don't want to feel the fire. I'm not Tina Marie. I don't want to feel the fire. No, I don't want. So we got Apple on here, Meta, Tesla, Google. Sometimes they'll give us some of the small babies, but I don't see any small babies on here at this point. Sometimes they'll give, smaller ones, Tesla's on here. Let's go look at the put credit spread, see if they got anything of interest over there. And I'll show you another way to find some stuff if nothing shows up on the put credit spread list that you like. Because this is the free list. You can't go manipulate the filter. You can't do anything when you're doing free. You get what they give you. If you want different things you want to put on filtered, you have to pay for their membership. And there's a link in my description that'll give you that you can use in there. I don't know if it gives you much of a discount, but you can use the link. On the put credit spread side, we got AMD, Palantir, one of the small babies. Palantir has a 216, and they're going with a 16 strike on the sale leg. Current price is 16.50. So you see how probability 64%. That's kind of close. I'd probably do one down. I might go down to 15. See what's there. Nvidia's on here, AMD. So they're, some of the same things from the call credit spread list are on the put credit spread list, which would create an iron condor of sorts. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Another way to find some maybe smaller babies, on the naked puts list, they do a better variety, I think, of price points, which is where I will go get those cash secure puts from. But even then, I do a little more research. I don't just take these and run them just like they are. I take these and do some more charting, do research. I look to see if it's got a strong buy, like this is PCT, Pure Cycle Tech, but it's got a sell rating. Well, if you're selling a put, which is your expectation that it's going to go up, you don't want something that the analysts believe is going to go down, especially for short term. The short-term indicator says it's a 50%. Of course, that's 50% buy, but I'd rather have a higher percentage of buy versus sell. So I'll go look at that on these to see if it's got a sell rating on it, and I'm thinking it's going up, then that takes it off the list for me. New York Community Bank Corp, look under opinion. This is a strong sell. That means all the analysts that looked at this feel like it's not going up. They're suggesting a strong sale. So if I don't find one that suits, I don't put it on our list. If it's not a buy, so this is a weak sale, short-term 50% sale, I would still leave SoFi off the list as far as cash secure puts. But I take these cash secure puts. If I find one that I like, it can also go on the put credit spread list. because selling put. So here you go. Robinhood is a buy. But if you to use a 10 spread on a, not even a spread, a 10 strike on a cash secure put is going to cost you $1,000 of collateral. But if you turn this into a put credit spread, then it could be a 50-cent spread or a one wide spread or $100. So that way you $1,000 on a trade, you're only putting $100 or $200 depending on what you want to do. All right. So Robinhood fell into the category of a buy rating. Right now, they gave us the strike of, what strike is this? I don't see it. No, the strike should be over here. Yeah, they said use the 10 strike. They suggest that. Well, I would go look at the chart. We're learning some stuff this morning. I guess Fridays, I'm not as pressed for time to go teach on Fridays, but I do have a long list of to-dos. We'll go back to SPX here in a second. Looking at the Robinhood chart, though, let's see. I really don't know if our garbage got put out. I hear the garbage man. Looking at what I see as this is support. This candle here from January 25th is actually support, and we're currently like around that area. And another support is back here from January 17th, which is the 1060 something. So it's still above $10. That's still above $10. So let's see if we switched over to Robinhood. Let's go over to trade and look at Hood. Right, I put this on single life. Let's look for next Friday because we don't necessarily want to do today and have to worry about. Okay, so the 10 strike is an 85% probability out of the money on the put credit spread side. 10.5 is like 61, which is closer than we'd like to be. So now that we say the 10 strike is good, we can look at 9.510. 9.510 is paying, it says debit, and no. We don't want, if it's red, but it says debit, that means you're paying money. That's not what we're after. So let's change the 9.5 to a 9. I turned it into a 1 spread. It's still showing debit. That's not where we want to be. Robinhood. So until this option chain thing fixes itself, you gotta don't fool up with it just yet, because this is red, but this should say credit. You should be getting money. Get money. You should be getting money. Now, what you could do, if you can change and move this up to what you want it to be. I put a 10 in here, right? You can do that. And then when it starts working, it'll tell you what it actually is worth. I don't like that it's looking like that right now, though, because the 10.5 is showing like it's supposed to be a $13 credit for that 50-cent spread, which actually, $13 on a 0.5 spread is not bad money to take in. But again, that's putting you at 10.5, which current price is at 10.7. It's 10.5 for next Friday. So you still got time for Robinhood to climb on up. And as long as it stays above 10.5, you're in good shape. But those aren't the trades we take. I don't look to be less than 70 probability out of the money. Yeah, I don't. But some people are more aggressive. I'm just telling you what I do. Some people are more aggressive traders, and they're cool with a 60% probability. That means 60% chance it's going to go well, and a 40% chance it's not. Some people are cool with 60-40, great odds. Other people are like, oh, I'd rather have a little bit better odds. Or I give it time and see what's going on. At least if you're, you do get better premiums when you're right at the support or right at resistance, but you want to make sure that it's going to actually do what it's going to do. You want to make sure that it's giving what it's supposed to have gave. Okay, but I see there's definitely support in this area. See all this, so it's support. It's just kind of boom, boom, boom. It's trying, but you also have moving averages. The Bollinger Band is turned down. Our trend is down. If we look at the trend, I think I'm on a daily chart. Am I? Yes. So we look at the trend line. That's the trend line we're at. We're coming down to, what's this, a descending wedge? Descending wedge, does that usually pop out for those who are the chart pattern whisperers? We've got a support right here, and we got a descending wedge. Maybe somebody can tell me what usually happens. What usually happens there? That's Robin Hood. Given to see how, I think I'd want to see how today's candle plays, or at least later today, because this is a little bitty doji, like a sword looking thing. I'd want to see what it's going to do. If you're going to, you can also say, it's $50. I'm getting 13 off of 50, and I'll watch it. If it gets to where back to the break-even point, I'll just close it. That's another thing. There's all kind of ways to trade out these credit spreads, brothers and sisters. There's all kind of ways to make credit spreads work for you too. And we're going to be working it for the month of February, and I sure hope you're working with us. It's a descending triangle, Jamie. Yeah. Descending triangle. We're back to SPX. And look on the 15-minute chart. I sure hope my husband moved that garbage to the street. It's still inside. It kind of, the second candle tried to go on back out. Third one is bouncing around. So you want to confirm your trend before you start with your first trade. If you're for credit spread, you want to come. This is for my zero DTE people. You want to confirm that trend before you put on your first trade, and make sure that you're ready to lock it with your PDT hack. You want to lock it with your PDT hack. Okay. Let's see if there's some opportunity on XSP. It's going to look the same as far as the chart goes. Maybe because the XSP chart fills in at a different time rate, in my opinion. It's kind of weird. Kind of weird that it does that. Okay. Looking at our rectangle. Oh, I need to be on the 2-minute chart for that. Nope, sorry. I got the high and the low. Low, 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 low. Opened above this zone, which is 467, 487. I think it's an 8. 487 is the bottom of that zone. All righty. What questions do we have? What do we want to look at? Anything we want to look at? Questions? Preguntas? Más preguntas? No, nothing. Small account challenge starts this weekend. I'm actually going to have a session on Sunday evening at 6:30 for those who are in the small account challenge. I will talk about what is the challenge, and I sent an email out yesterday that talked about my challenges are different. Some people do challenges where they're on for the week, and they're they have big calls every day of that week, and they're da. That's not how we do. That's not how I do challenges. First of all, my challenges are a month, which means it's a lot longer. And we get on calls as we need to get on calls. We will still do the morning call here. So if we're in the small account challenge and there's questions that, pop up along the way, this will be in one space. And we have a Telegram group where I will communicate with the people that are in the challenge. I will communicate with you in the Telegram group. If you're thinking about it and you haven't, signed up just yet, go ahead and get in there, because every time somebody new comes in to that, I bring all the resources back to the bottom so that everybody can have the time to look at the 3 or 4 videos that I've put there to help you get ready to, what do you do? What are credit spreads? All the pieces, so on and so forth. And I want you to get all the upfront prep stuff. And maybe you don't need that. So if you don't need it, of course, come when you're ready. But if you would like to see the prep stuff that I'm putting in that chat, then come on and get yourself up and ready. You can do less than $100. I had somebody ask me if they needed to have a broker already set up before they start the challenge. And the answer to that is absolutely. Because the challenge is not me teaching or showing, how to get brokers set up and stuff. I have a different training for that. That is our options 411 that includes for, newbies. How do you get your platform set up and those things? That's options 411. And that is a resource you can get at my, I was going to say at my shop. You can get on my website. There's a training for how to do all the beginner stuff. It's called options 411. And you can grab that. And if you need all the beginning things, but if you are somebody who is, where is it? Okay. If you're somebody who is already got all the things, right? You just need to do credit spreads. You don't know what to do that. Yes, you need to have your broker ready, and you need to be approved to do credit spreads. That we're going to talk about on Sunday. You want to be approved to do spreads, and because spreads is the level inside of your broker. So some people have their broker, but they don't necessarily have options, or they don't have the level in options, and you need to have a level that lets you do spreads. But then on Sunday, I'll teach, I'll show you about credit spreads and more about that. We'll go over the stuff that you found in the videos, and then we'll run on with what is the challenge going to entail. And we don't challenge each other. We challenge ourselves. It's your small account challenge. Nobody's going to benefit from your money, not in our challenge. Of course, your family and whoever's around you will benefit from your money, but the people who are in the challenge, we don't benefit by somebody else's money. You're challenging yourself to grow your small account with the help of some coaches. All right. If you need options 411, those things are always found over at my website. All the trainings are over in my website, over at educatortotrader.com. I'm trying to turn that off, but it doesn't want to go. Okay. Seems like the whole thing has stalled. There we are. Hide. We are talking about going left. I always bring this up every day because I want to remind you every single day that we're leaning in on a strategy. We're leaning in on 1 to 2 strategies. I was thinking this morning about all the different choices that you really do have in the stock market. And though you can pull money in from the stock market 7 or 8 different ways, if you're trying to do too many things at one time, you're going to not do any of them well. So we want to pick 1 to 2 strategies, get ourselves really solid, master those, get it where it's popping regularly. And if you want to add on after that, then you can. But you want to master something before you move to the next thing. Get some education, which we do that here. Focus on fundamentals and trade with a plan. If you want to be a part of the membership, that's what we got going here. We've got the challenges we do. Again, your membership access gives you, your membership payment gives you access to all the stuff I do. I like to take my people with me. So wherever I'm going, my people who are in the membership, they go too. We go together. We all go together. So if you're in the membership, you get to get all the stuff I provide, which is a weekly meeting. We have a Telegram group, of course, a different Telegram group from the one that goes with the small account challenge. And then you have me. We have monthly coaching calls, all the stuff. You just get access to the coach. That's definitely, that's something that can always be quite useful, is to have access. When you get hemmed up and you're stuck and you're like, I don't know what to do next, it's always good to be able to send a message and have somebody respond. I've been in places where I needed immediate assistance and there was nobody on the line. I had to call on the Holy Spirit. Lord, help. Lord, help me. Help me. And of course, he always does. But if you can have somebody in the natural who can walk you through some stuff or who can explain some stuff to you, you want that too. You want that too. It's Friday. I want you all to be very mindful. We're out of the zone now. We've broken out. Be very mindful about your trading today. Fridays afternoons, definitely the professionals are gone from the market by Friday afternoon, and those who are still straggling around is generally the amateurs, which I put us in the category of the amateurs. So I try to be out of the market by Friday afternoon. I try. And sometimes it works and sometimes it does not. Oh, I need to change over to that screen so y'all can see the chart. There you go. You can see the chart. Running up, it's out of the zone. We're at 1020, 1017. So in a place where you kind of get a little more confirmation of this and you can start to look at your trade if you're trading 0 DTE. All righty. I see that there was no más preguntas. So we're free to go to our declaration. I declare I'm a great trader. I declare I'm a successful trader. Excuse me. I declare I'm a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses. My account's growing more and more each week. I am a wise and knowledgeable trader. I always make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. I declare I'm a level-headed trader who does not trade my emotions. I do not. I seek to not trade my emotions. No revenge trading over here. Don't be doing that. So-and-so took my money. I'm trading. I'm getting it back. Yeah, and then you like, oh, I lost more money fooling up with them. I should have left them go. I should have left them alone. Lord, it is you who gives us the power to get wealth. You teach our hands to war with the purpose of establishing your kingdom. Help us today to trade wisely and strategically in order to fulfill this purpose. Give us more than enough so we can have what we need and enough to be a blessing to others. In Jesus' name, amen. Jesus' name, amen. All right. I believe we're clearing the screen. Are we clearing the screen? Are you going to clear the screen? No, you're not. Okay, here we go. All right, all. I've done as the Lord has commanded, and yet there's room. So trade wisely, okay? Be careful. If you need something, definitely reach out. We can assist. We can assist you. All righty. We do two things over here every single day. Whoop, 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 whoop. We stay green and we get this money. All righty. I will see you in the market. And if you're hanging out with us, if you're doing the weekend, I know we got Chart Your Way to 100K tomorrow. So I'll see everybody there tomorrow for Chart Your Way to 100K. And then on Sunday, we have live at 5 on YouTube. And then at 6:30, we will have the small account challenge group at 6:30 on Zoom. I will send you everybody the link. You'll get all the stuff, okay? Stay green, everybody. Have a great green day. Talk to you later. Bye, everyone.